Today, I'm breaking down how to answer the Tell Me About Yourself question in more detail than before, and I'm doing it in 5 minutes or less. Hello, I'm Darren, and welcome to the Ramblin' Recruiter, and welcome back to another Recruiter Short, red-hot job search-related topics that we're covering in 5 minutes or less. Subscribe and click the bell so you never miss a new one. Stick around all the way to the end because we've got a bonus trivia question with prizes. The Tell Me About Yourself question comes up on most interviews. Some hiring managers are just pre-programmed to ask it. If we could break down the Tell Me About Yourself question in plain English, what the hiring manager is really saying is, I don't know how to start this interview, so tell me a story about yourself that I'll find interesting, and it will give me ideas about other questions I should ask you. The Tell Me About Yourself question can come in a lot of different forms. Yes, it may be directly, tell me about yourself, but it also could be, tell me about your experience, walk me through your background. It could be, I'd love to hear about your career journey. Or it could even be something like, tell me about your most significant accomplishment. It can be boiled down to a formula so you can rehearse it and nail it every single time. Do you want to know what that formula is? Easy. 50% present, 30% past, 20% future. Spend 50% of the time you spend answering that question talking about your current or most recent role, the most significant accomplishments you've had there, what your responsibilities were, how you've improved on it. Spend about 30% of the time talking about your previous roles. Again, most significant accomplishments, how you've left those companies better than you found them, what you're remembered for there. 20% of the time you'll want to spend talking about the future, as in what your future goals and aspirations are, what you want to do, and specifically why this specific job that you're interviewing for is exactly the right job for you. Keep the focus professional and relevant to the position. This brings up a good point. Should you talk at all about personal interests and hobbies? Not exactly. If you are directly asked about your personal interests and hobbies, yeah, it's okay to answer. Just because you're keeping your answer relevant to the job doesn't mean you can't inject some passion into it. Which brings me to my next point. Passion is both contagious and memorable. Talk about why. Talk about the why behind it. Why do you get up in the morning? What gets you jazzed? What keeps you going and what brings you back after a really tough day? You want to tell a story, but you don't want to recite your resume. I should be rooting for you by the time you finish telling me that story. If you can tell an amazing and compelling story about yourself in 1 minute, then don't talk for a minute and a half. And consider the audience. Look, the likelihood is very strong that you're going to have to give this answer over and over and over again on the same interview as you meet with different interviewers. The story should sound different for a peer level interview than it would sound for a boss level interview. All right, so you ready for an example answer? Good, here we go. So, tell me about yourself. Sure, I've always enjoyed writing and public speaking, even going back to high school. This led me to pursue writing-related passions even back in college when I was a writer and editor for the school newspaper. While I was doing that, I got experience not only writing, but also managing a team. After college, I took a job at Acme as a social media manager, but I raised my hand to work on the communications plan for a new product launch. And that's where I discovered that my true passion and my true interest is in product marketing. So I switched over to a product marketing role. I was a part of leading the 2 most successful new product launches at the company. And I'm such a big fan of this company's products that I can't wait to be a part of the product marketing team here. Get it? Got it? Good. Look, practice your answer, make it your own. All right, for those of you who have made it this far, it's trivia bonus time. The answer to this trivia question can be found in this playlist linked up here. That's the only hint I'm going to give you. What lighting technique was used on Ingrid Bergman's face in the movie Casablanca? First person to get that right in the comments who is publicly subscribed to the channel wins a shout out in my next video and a piece of merch from the Ramblin' Recruiter Teespring store. Now, if you want to see another Recruiter short, check out the video that's linked over here. And the video that's linked over here is the one YouTube thinks you're going to like the best. Enjoy the rest of your job searching day. Stay classy, YouTube, and I will see you next time. Thanks for stopping by. You dig?